Hey everyone, welcome back to Fluent English Academy.
Hello, everyone. We're really happy you're here with us today.
My name is John,
And I'm Mary.
and wherever you're listening from right now, maybe from your home, maybe in your car, maybe while you're cooking in the kitchen, or even walking somewhere with your headphones on, we're really glad you joined us.
Yes, seriously, thank you for spending a few minutes with us today.
So, Mary, before we start today's lesson, I want to ask you something.
Uh-oh, that already sounds dangerous. Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever had one of those moments in life where you later think, wow, I really missed a big opportunity?
Oh, wow, yes. Actually, that happened to me a few years ago.
Really? What happened?
Well, a few years ago, I had the chance to move to Australia for a job.
Australia? That sounds amazing.
I know, and honestly, I could have moved there. Everything was ready. The company liked me, the visa was possible, everything.
So, why didn't you go?
I don't know. I got scared. It felt like such a big change. But now, sometimes I think I would have loved that experience.
Wow, that's a big decision.
Yeah, and sometimes I think about it and I feel like maybe I could have learned so many new things there.
Hold on a second, Mary.
What?
Did you notice something interesting in what you just said?
What do you mean?
You used two expressions very naturally.
I did?
Yes, you said I could have moved and I would have loved that experience.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that.
Exactly.
That's funny. I wasn't thinking about grammar at all. I was just telling the story.
And that's actually the best way language happens. We use grammar naturally without thinking.
That's true.
But here's the interesting thing. Many English learners feel confused about these two expressions.
Yes, I've heard that many times.
People often ask, what's the difference between could have and would have?
They sound similar, but they don't mean exactly the same thing.
Exactly.
And today, we're going to talk about that.
Yes, today we're going to show you how to use could have and would have in real-life conversations.
And don't worry, we're not going to make it sound like a boring grammar class.
No textbooks today.
Instead, we'll explain it through simple situations from everyday life.
Because once you understand the real idea behind these expressions,
They actually become very easy to use.
so let's start by understanding the simple difference between could have and would have.
Yes, because honestly, a lot of learners hear these two and they feel they mean the same thing.
Exactly. They sound very similar, but the idea behind them is different.
So, John, if someone asked you to explain it in a very simple way, how would you say it?
Good question. The easiest way to remember it is this. Could have talks about possibility in the past.
Possibility, meaning something was possible?
Yes, something was possible, you had the chance, you had the ability, but it didn't happen.
Ah, okay, so like in my story earlier.
Exactly.
I said I could have moved to Australia.
Right. That means the opportunity was there,
Yes, it was possible for me to go.
but you didn't.
Exactly. I got scared.
And that's where could have fits perfectly. It shows that something was possible in the past, but it didn't happen.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now let's look at would have.
Yes, because that one feels a little different.
Right. Would have usually talks about what you wanted, imagined, or expected in the past.
So it's more about your feelings or intentions?
Exactly. Something you wanted to do, or something you think would happen in a different situation.
Like when I said earlier, I would have loved that experience.
Perfect example.
Because I'm talking about how I felt about it.
Yes, you're imagining that experience and saying you would really enjoy it.
Oh, okay. I see the difference now.
Here's a simple way to remember it.
I like simple.
Could have equals it was possible.
Okay.
Would have equals you wanted it or imagined it.
Oh, wow. That actually makes it much clearer.
Let's try another quick situation.
All right.
Imagine your friend invited you to a party,
Okay.
but you had to work that night.
That happens a lot.
So you might say, I would have come, but I had to work.
Meaning I wanted to come.
Exactly.
But if I say, I could have come, but nobody told me about the party.
Then the meaning changes.
Yes, now it means it was possible for me to come.
But you didn't know about it.
So you didn't go.
Exactly.
Wow, when you look at it in real situations like this, it actually feels very natural.
And that's the key. English becomes easier when you connect grammar to real-life situations. And speaking of real life, there are some very common moments in everyday life where people naturally use could have and would have. And once you hear those examples, the difference becomes even clearer.
Yes, because these expressions actually come up a lot when we talk about the past.
Exactly. Especially when we talk about missed chances or things that didn't happen.
Oh, yes, people say things like that all the time.
Let's imagine another situation.
Okay.
Suppose you had an exam tomorrow.
Okay, that already sounds stressful.
And tonight, instead of studying, you watched movies all night.
Oh no, that sounds like a bad decision.
Then, the next day after the exam, you might say something like, I could have studied more last night.
Right, because studying more was possible.
Exactly, you had the time.
But you didn't do it.
Yes, so we use could have.
That sounds very natural, actually.
Now imagine a slightly different situation.
Okay.
You were planning to study all night.
Very responsible of me.
And suddenly your electricity went out.
Oh no.
So now you say, I would have studied more, but the electricity went out.
Ah, I see the difference.
What's the difference?
In this case, I wanted to study more.
Exactly.
But something stopped me.
Perfect.
So would have shows my intention.
Yes, that's exactly right.
You know what's interesting? These expressions also appear when people talk about life decisions.
That's true.
For example, sometimes people say things like, I could have become a doctor.
Yes, that's a very common sentence.
It means becoming a doctor was possible for them.
But they chose a different path.
Exactly.
And then someone might say, I would have chosen a different career if I had known this earlier.
That sentence feels full of regret.
Yes, it often shows regret or reflection about the past.
And I think that's why learners hear these expressions so often in conversations.
Exactly. We use them when we think about things that didn't happen.
Things we could change if we had a time machine.
That would be nice.
Very nice.
And the more you listen to real conversations, the more natural these expressions will start to feel, which is why before we finish today's episode, there's one more important thing we want to share with you.
Yes, and this is where you can quickly test yourself while listening.
Exactly. So imagine this situation.
You had a job interview yesterday,
You were ready, you wanted to go, everything was planned.
but suddenly you got sick.
So you stayed home.
Now later, you're talking to your friend about it.
And you say something like, I would have gone to the interview, but I got sick.
Yes, that sounds very natural.
Because you wanted to go.
The plan was there.
But something stopped you.
Exactly.
Now let's change the situation a little.
Okay,
Imagine yesterday you had a lot of free time.
maybe the whole afternoon was free.
And you had some work to finish.
But instead of working, you watched videos, relaxed, maybe used your phone.
That happens to all of us sometimes.
Then later, you realize you wasted time.
And you say something like, I could have finished my work yesterday.
Because finishing the work was possible.
Exactly.
You had the time,
You had the chance.
but you didn't do it.
Right.
So when we say could have, we're talking about something that was possible in the past.
And when we say would have, we're often talking about something we wanted to do or something we imagine in a different situation.
And honestly, once you start noticing these expressions in real conversations,
You'll realize people use them all the time when they talk about the past. Which is why, before we finish today's episode, there's one last thing we'd like to leave you with.
yes, because these two expressions are not just grammar.
Exactly.
They're actually connected to real-life moments.
Moments when we think about the past.
Sometimes we think about things we could have done.
And sometimes we think about things we would have loved to do.
Maybe you could have learned something earlier,
Maybe you would have taken a different opportunity.
but that's normal.
Everyone has those moments.
The important thing is not to stay stuck in the past.
Exactly.
Instead, learn how to talk about those moments in English.
And today you learned a simple way to do that.
Just remember the idea we talked about.
Could have means something was possible.
And would have often shows something you wanted or imagined.
Now here's something we'd love you to do.
Yes, we want to hear from you.
Write one sentence in the comments using could have.
And one sentence using would have.
It can be about your life, a decision, or even something funny.
We'll read your sentences, and some of them might even appear in our next episode.
And if this episode helped you understand these expressions better,
Don't forget to like the video and share it with a friend who's learning English.
and of course, subscribe to Fluent English Academy so you don't miss our next conversations.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
Wherever you're listening from, your home, your car, or maybe while taking a walk,
We're really glad you joined us.
take care, everyone.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.